Hello everyone, Simon here, and today I would like to tell you a Minecraft story. So let's begin the story by starting a new world. And the world is going to be called An Architect's Nightmare. Game mode survival, more world options, no structures. That's going to be the world seed. World type. Hold on, default. How do you turn on allowed cheats off, bonus chest off? Game mode hardcore. There you go. Game mode hardcore. Alright. Create new world. So this story is about a man called Simon who looks like that. This is Simon. One day he woke up to find himself in a new and strange world. He was not too concerned by this because he plays Minecraft quite a bit and he has seen this sort of thing before. But he does know that he is playing hardcore, and when the sun goes all the way across the sky and sets in that direction, he needs to be safe from the monsters that's gonna come. So, although he enjoys playing new worlds every now and then just to see the new features in the latest patch, he knows that survival is going to be the most important thing at first. So let's begin by punching some trees. I'm sure anybody who plays Minecraft is quite familiar with punching trees, and Simon is certainly very, very good at punching trees, although his head is in the way and he can't see what he's punching. I want to tell the story from a third-person perspective because that's how stories usually go. Alright, so he's got 6 bits of log. What to do? Let's go make a crafting table. This is a fairly normal, right? And then let's go and make a what do I want? Let's make a shovel because I think a dirt house to start off with is a fairly good idea. Maybe we need 2 shovels because wooden shovels are pretty crap. Let's make a shovel and might as well make a wooden pickaxe so we can oops, my bad. So we can grab some stone right away because that is going to be useful. Alright, so what Simon usually does when he starts a new Minecraft world is he builds a nice dirt fortress. Oh, that's a small one to start off with, usually at an elevated location. Whoa, glitches. Oh, the camera doesn't really work with the tall grass. So I think the top of this little plains area looks pretty good. We have a nice view of the surrounding area. I think this will allow us to establish a nice base of operations. So Simon begins by accumulating dirt. Dirt is a very valuable resource in Minecraft because of its abundance and its usefulness as a construction material. It defies gravity and it is largely indestructible to enemies, except of course creepers and endermen. So despite that it is dirt, which you would think is quite useless in real life, in the game of Minecraft it is actually quite important. The wooden shovel is almost gone already. How much dirt do you think we'll need? Maybe like a... Let me just remove the top layer of this little hill here, so that we can build our castle onto it. This is a fairly common thing you do in architecture, in real life as well as in game. I mean, you just kind of pick up the material and then put it back down in a different arrangement. Using local materials is better for the environment because you don't have to transport materials from long distances away, and so you save on transportation. And quite often when you first start building a structure, you flatten the site because a flat site is easier to deal with. Well, my shovel is gone. Maybe I should make a few more. Let me just make 2 more shovels. Because... Actually, let me make a couple of stone shovels. I did see that we have a cave here, which is convenient. I can also hear zombies here, which is not convenient. Let me just grab a bit of stone. Like that, and then we'll make ourselves some stone tools, shall we? We can get rid of that. And then we can make 3 things. Like that. That looks good to me. Alright, let's go back to our building site over here. So at this point in time, Simon is aware that the sun is almost halfway across the sky already. But he's not concerned because, you know, a quick thought will solve any danger problems. Simon might have to, you know, spend the entire night in darkness by himself in his stone castle, but it's not really a problem. It's only a waiting game until daybreak. So, you know, surviving in Minecraft, even on hardcore difficulty, is not complicated when you have a nice dirt house. Simon's not concerned by any of this. Let me just replace that. Simon accidentally, accidentally dug a small hole in the ground. Alright, we're almost done here. And, ooh, whoa, hey. And as Simon is digging away, he's also noticing the surrounding area. There is oceans on one side, a forest on the other. There is an interesting sand island there. So this is a very good spawn area, to be quite honest, because there's a variety of biomes nearby. And, you know, sand and water and caves, and so everything is useful. Okay, so Simon surveys the site a little bit and believes that a small square wall here will be a good idea. So he thinks, let's begin by putting down a dirt block there, like that. Oh, wait a minute. Put the dirt block down here like that. Huh. For a moment, Simon is confused. That's not how it usually works. Simon, being an experienced architect in Minecraft, not in real life, he has placed millions of blocks before. Literally millions, because he likes building large structures, but for some reason, Simon seems to have forgotten how to place a block. This is very unusual, and Simon is confused, but he remembers some time ago reading on the official Minecraft forums, somebody saying that survival mode is about survival. If you want to build fancy buildings, why don't you go play creative, you noob? At the time, Simon thought that person was really ridiculous, but now he's not so sure. Maybe he's been transported to a strange world where you cannot build architecture. Dun dun dun. Simon considers what to do, and again he tries to place a dirt block to begin his small house. But again, it is not as he expects. In frustration, he spams placing blocks, but nothing useful happens. Now Simon begins to worry because the sun is almost setting. He needs to find some way to protect himself from the inevitable zombies and skeletons and creepers and spiders. What to do? what to do. Simon, being an experienced architect, thinks to himself, ah, I may not be able to build a house, but I can excavate a house. See, there's a small hill here, right? If we merely remove the blocks carefully, we can create a walled enclosure for ourselves. I don't know if you can imagine what he's thinking, but let's say if we remove these blocks here and remove like these blocks here, then we create an area that is too tall for the monsters to climb up, and as long as we take care to remove the stairs last, then it should be okay. We can create a little fortress, not by building something, but by removing the dirt. Yes, that's a very clever way to design, thinks Simon. He is indeed a very clever architect. But as he places the shovel against the sand, oh no! Somehow the world knows what he's planning, and he cannot make a fort for himself in this way neither. Oh no! What is this terrible world that has no architecture in it? Why? Why does this world not allow for any architecture to exist? Now Simon truly is panicking because night is upon him, and he knows there's no way he can survive in Minecraft without building something, somehow, some sort of structure. There's no time left for any other preparations. He needs to create a sword, maybe. Maybe a sword will protect him from the zombie hordes and the creeper hordes. Yeah, right. And the creeper hordes that's gonna arrive very soon. He comes back to his crafting table, and he makes a mistake in making a sword. But that's okay. Let's make 2 swords because we're probably gonna lose one of them or something crazy. And quickly he equips the sword and prepares himself for the inevitable arrival of the monsters. Oh no! What is that? A zombie! In the distance, I don't know if you can see anything because it's really dark, but in the distance Simon sees a zombie, and zombies are spooky. Although Simon is quite impressed by the realistic Halloween costume that this zombie is wearing. It is indeed very spooky, and he's making very spooky sounds. But, haha! Simon survives. The first enemy of the night. Even without architecture, maybe Simon can survive this night in this crazy, crazy world where you cannot build anything for some strange reason, and I don't know why. There in the distance, in the dark, is a skeleton, and you probably can't see anything because it's really dark. But next to the skeleton is also a creeper. How spooky. Simon thinks, how can he survive the entire night? There appears to be a giant spider in that direction. Giant spiders are also quite spooky. And then there's a skeleton. They seem to be appearing out of nowhere. What a weird game mechanic that enemies just appear out of thin air. But there's no time to think about that now because the skeleton is up on him. Quick, run! Run in that direction. I don't know why you ran in this direction because there's skeletons and zombies and spiders everywhere. Maybe he can get away to that island and protect himself by climbing this hill, which is clearly not a protection. But desperately, Simon runs backwards up the hill and hops a little bit. Maybe we can defend ourselves up here from the enemy hordes. I can see the spider coming. Simon sees the spider. He's also starting to feel a little bit peckish because he has not found any food, and he's running around chopping monsters. Ah, the spider's AI appears to have failed it, and it does not know how to pathfind its way up to Simon. What a noob. Oh no, there's a creeper right behind Simon. How to defeat this enemy? We cannot run forever. As he jumps ahead and kites this creeper. Oh no! Simon was hit! Simon was hit! And now he has only 3 hearts left. Hearts representing health. Because because that's how health works in real life. But he did survive that creeper. Simon is unsure whether it is a good idea to stay on this mountain. Maybe it is, but it would be quite boring if he does actually just wait out the entire night. So he wanders back onto the mainland. No, there's more creepers in that direction. Maybe, now that Simon is managing to survive for a little bit, he thinks to himself, maybe if I can get creepers to blow up this hill in such a way that it creates a small fortress, maybe that's a way I can build a... Oh no! The creeper is upon him! See, like that. Perhaps if he can... Ah! Creepers! Run away! But perhaps if he can control the explosions of the creepers around this hill, maybe he can create a fort that way by exploding away the blocks that he does not want. Simon is a very creative architect, and he's always thinking about new and creative ways to make architecture. But maybe it's too late. Why on earth? Oh no! There's a zombie wearing a pumpkin hat. That is so spooky! But why is this zombie holding a shovel? Does it not know that you cannot dig Simon? Simon chops away at the raging zombies with his wooden sword, his stone sword. But they come relentlessly. Simon has been hit by a spider. Good thing the spider is not poisonous. You must run. He has one heart left. What to do? Run, chickens! Run for your lives! There's an Enderman. Don't look at it. As long as you don't look at it, it's fine. Look at this. As long as you don't look at Enderman, you're fine. Why is this a thing? Why is this a game mechanic? Okay, the spiders are here. Let's run. Simon is getting very hungry now, with only 4 chicken legs left in his body. I don't know why that makes sense, but okay. But it appears that he has outrun his enemies for now. But now Simon is heading towards unknown territory. His attempts at building a fort using creepers was quite ingenious, but it did not work, because he is about to die. What to do? And why is the sand so vertical? He walks behind the forest. He's not going to go into the forest because that would be crazy. But he walks behind the forest and sees that on the other side is a sand mountain. That is the... And the colorful horses! Simon does like colorful horses very much. But now is not the time to... There are a lot of enemies wearing pumpkin hats. So spooky. Oh no. Once again, he is set upon by a creeper who never tires and never stops chasing him. And another creeper in that direction. This is not good. Wait. The Simon sees in the distance a well? A well in the desert? Really? Out of curiosity, Simon hopes that he can make it to this well before he dies, because Simon is sure that when he generated this world, he made it without structures. He turned off structures, but there's still a well in the desert. That is the most unusual thing in his mind. But now he is almost starving to death. He has 3 chicken legs left, and there is a skeleton wearing a pumpkin hat. That's like, why do you need a pumpkin hat when you're already a skeleton? Like, you're spooky, but you need to be more spooky. So you put on a... That makes no sense. There is indeed a well in the desert, even though he turned off structures. Alright, he's gonna run away from that skeleton because he knows that skeletons can shoot arrows. The night is almost over. The night is almost over. Perhaps if he can survive just a few more minutes, then all the skeletons and zombies will burn, and he can make it through the night. Yes, dawn. Dawn appears on the horizon. Perhaps he has made it. Perhaps he is going to live. Simon cannot believe his luck. There's more skeletons behind this mountain, and over there's a plains biome as well. Oh no. Simon hears a spider. Where could it be? Ah, there it is. But again, the pathfinding fails the spider. Oh no, the spider sees him. The pathfinding has not failed. Simon tries to run away. Across the... Oh no, there's a creeper! There's a creeper! Wow! Amazing, Simon is still alive! Obviously hardcore mode is not as hardcore as you might think, but he must outrun the creeper before it explodes. Daybreak! Daybreak, remarkable! Simon has survived the night, despite not having any architecture to save him. Maybe Simon thinks architecture is not quite as important as he first imagined. Maybe you can live without buildings. This seems such a strange and novel idea to him. How can it be he has survived the night? Unfortunately, he realizes that he is still starving, and he has no food. Maybe that's what's going to kill him, starvation, not the enemies. Not the... Is that a bunny? That's a bunny. Can we kill the bunny for food? Yes, we can. The bunnies do not fight back, even though they look slightly like Endermen. That bunny is inside the ground and he can't hit. The bunnies do not... Oh, raw rabbit, yes! He's too hungry to think. He needs to eat the raw rabbit, despite it being raw. Yes, Simon is going to survive by killing bunnies. Incredible. Truly, Simon did not expect to survive the first night. But he has. Thanks to his amazing running away. Oh, those are baby bunnies, I see. Baby bunnies do not give any meat. Which is weird because, you know, if they should just give less meat, right? Why would they give no meat? I don't understand. Anyway, Simon has survived the first night in Minecraft. He sees rotten flesh, but he eats it anyway because he's really, really hungry now. That's better, now that he is almost full and there's pigs everywhere. But what to do? What to do? He has survived one night, but still, he has no buildings. How will he survive the second night, or the third, or the fourth? Simon must find iron, make iron tools and weapons, and iron armor. Desperately, he eats raw pork chops because he needs to restore his health back to full before he goes into a cave and get himself killed. Simon does not kill the horses because the horses are awesome. They're too colorful to be killed. He walks back to his original starting point. He remembers the cave there. Perhaps inside that cave will be iron and maybe diamond. And maybe if he makes himself a diamond sword, that will save him from inevitable death. Slowly munching his raw pork chops, he walks his way back to the cave and begins exploring for iron. Look at this stuff. What is this? This is granite. Amazing. And this is diorite? Diorite, amazing. New types of stone that Simon had not seen before because he doesn't play New Worlds very often. He surveys this particular cave and notices that there's no way to get back up if he jumps down. So he's going to... He pauses. He's struggling to think what he was going to... He was going to build a staircase, he was, but... Oh no! A staircase is a structure! The moment he realizes that he was going to build a staircase, he finds that he is unable to do it. Despite everything that's happened, this world is still racist against architecture. And when he thinks to build anything, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. The pickaxe slips from his hand over and over again. he cannot build anything. And he knows that if he jumps into here, he cannot get back up again, so he reconsiders his course of action. He cannot build a staircase, he cannot build a house, he cannot build a fortress. He might be able to tempt creepers into exploding a structure for him, but that is too dangerous for now. How will he get into a cave if he cannot build a staircase? The more he thinks, the more he realizes that digging a cave is also a form of architecture, and that once the idea has occurred to him, he cannot do it, because it is a form of construction. What is this? He can step down here. Perhaps there will be iron? No. No iron, no coal. Although there is a cave back there, he tries the pickaxe on the ground. And amazingly, he can do it! He can do it! So in this world, spelunking is allowed, but not architecture. Still, this is quite dangerous. It appears that it is very dark in here, and Simon cannot see a thing. He sees no iron and he sees no coal, unfortunately. He jumps up, looks around. It is very dark, but he's sure that there's no resources here for him. So he has to make his way back out. He gives some thought to his predicament. Okay, there cannot be architecture. There cannot even be stairs in mines. But perhaps we can make torches using charcoal by punching trees. He could punch trees. Torches, he thinks. Are torches architecture? Or are torches tools? He attempts to gather wood to make torches using charcoal. Surely torches will be allowed in this strange world without architecture. Back to the crafting table. Back to there. He wonders, can he make a furnace using different types of stone? Because that's the kind of thing that normal people wonder about when they play Minecraft. He gathers this granite stuff, although he's pretty sure that granite is not pink, but rather granite is a dark grey, but who cares? He gathers more granite and goes back to his crafting table to make a furnace. You cannot make a furnace out of granite. Interesting. Simon ponders this. At this point, an idea struck him. What if he is not building a staircase, but merely excavating stone for a furnace? Maybe if he believes it enough, this world will allow him to sneakily build a staircase by pretending he's not building a staircase. But oh no! He dropped his pickaxe again. No, the world knows. In fact, he has dropped his pickaxe in a place that he cannot pick up again. Thinks, let's use the. See, I'm not going to build a staircase. He thinks I'm merely going to pick up this pickaxe. Oh no! He realizes he's fallen into the cave. He's being punched by a. Oh no! He's being shot by a skeleton. Immediately, Simon goes on the offense and kills the skeleton. Oh no, now there's a zombie! He punches the zombie. Despite having 2 arrows stuck in his head, he is still alive. Oh no! Oh no! Simon was blown up by a creeper! Why? Why? Why did this have to be? If only there was architecture! If only he could have built a dirt house, none of this would have happened! But now he is dead. What a tragic and spooky story this is. And the moral of the story is that architecture is awesome. Happy Halloween, everyone.